Welcome to Decimal Point Analytics Unplugged, where we dive into the fascinating world of tech and its impact on the digital landscape. I am your host, Supriya Praveen, and today we're in for a treat. We're joined by Sanika Pandit, the head of products at Smart Cloud, an associate company of DPA, who's here to talk about the latest innovation. Sanika, it's fantastic to have you with us.
Hi Supriya, hi everyone. Happy to be here and share all that I know.
Pranika, let's jump right in. Could you share with us about yourself and your journey to becoming the head of product at pdfquery.ai?
Sure, Supriya, I'd love to. It's nothing short of a Netflix series, the way things have unfolded. So, I am a gold medalist in finance and I was supposed to join the research department in finance. And one day there was a requirement that can someone create a proof of concept for automated data cleaning. Everyone was busy. I was not. I took it up. And next thing I made a proof of concept on Excel. The Excel became a wireframe became an MVP became a product became a business. So that's how we ended up building the associate companies of SmartPipe and Smart Cloud for DPA, and that's how the journey began. So it's interesting that I'm employee number one, also a founding member, and we have reached 21 employees at Smart Cloud and counting. So it's been quite a journey and quite an exciting one at that. So I started as a founding product person. Product was not a word that was said back in the day in DPA culture. So it started with me some 2.5 years back, and now we have our own team of product managers. So that's how the journey has been.
Very interesting. For our listeners who are just hearing about pdfquery.ai for the first time, what exactly it is and how does it work? Could you please explain?
Sure. So the way I'll explain it to you is in three parts. First, I'll tell you what problem we are trying to solve. Then I'll tell you what solution we came up for that problem, and then what value we have to add to the world. Right? So here's the thing. Uh, in 2025, we will have touched 175 zettabytes of digital data. All right, that is where the world is heading, and 80% of this data will be unstructured. Unstructured data as in data in PDFs, emails, and other things. Structured is files, CSVs. Unstructured data is growing in volume, variety, and is also notoriously difficult to get data from. That is where the world is heading. And let's also take a look at present day reality. That is, on an average, if you say, take a lawyer, at least 10 hours of time every week is spent in just trying to find specific data in various documents. And on an average, at least 70% of people, you take a random sample of people and you ask them that, how do you feel about data? So at least 70% will tell you that they are overwhelmed with the amount of data that is getting generated on a daily basis. So, what is emerging is this picture that when we think of data, we also think of hard work, effort, a lot of manual effort. Like when you think of research, what was the original purpose of research as a discipline? It was to find answers to questions and run experiments. So, any data analyst, you ask them what they feel about data. So, they'll tell you that they associate research with hard work and effort, and research was never supposed to be about that. It was about, it's a discipline for finding answers to questions. But where are we along that journey where you go from data to knowledge to insight to decision making and execution? Finally, what you want to do as an individual or as a business is take action, and research is all becoming about managing data instead. So somewhere the purpose is getting lost. So that is where we decided that okay, can we do something and cut down those 10 hours per week to 2 hours, for example. So what would you need? You would need like a personal assistant. That would be nice, right? A personal assistant who can manage all of this hard grunt work for you. So that's what we have built. The twist is that the assistant is an AI, not yet another headcount to manage. And PDF query, of course, we decided that there are various data types to handle. Let's start with the most difficult and notorious one, which is PDFs. And let's build a simple interface where you can chat with your PDFs. So if you have a question you need to ask the PDF, you just text it. Ask the PDF a question the way you would text a friend or a colleague. You are texting your data now, essentially. And of course, we'll add support for a lot more data types like chatting with your databases and chatting with your files. But we decided let's start with PDFs first. When you want to find data from PDF, you're constantly doing Control F to find, or God forbid it's not a searchable PDF, then you'll have to scroll. So imagine scrolling through, Reliance annual report itself is some 700 pages. How much will you scroll to find one data point, right? So that is the problem we are trying to solve. So it's a simple chatbot. Upload your PDFs, ask questions, get answers.
That's very interesting and like a big problem that you're trying to solve. So moving on to the next question, who are the ideal users for this powerful tool?
Ideal user is anyone who is fed up with dealing with data. There is no other prerequisite. So if you're dealing with PDFs, I urge you to try out this tool. We have found people wanting to use this across disciplines and use cases. So I'll give you a few examples, right? Lawyers want to use this to find case laws to support their arguments in court. They want to find specific clauses in contracts, and contracts can be long, right? How much time does it take? So that's one use case. Any organization who wants to onboard new people, we all know it takes time to get someone onboarded, right? You have to learn about the culture, company, who are the different people, what work are we doing, who are our clients. And you can just feed in all the data and let them ask questions, self learn, and reduce that onboarding time. So there are use cases across law, construction, finance, education. The world is open. So it's, you have a PDF, you should be trying PDF query.
Yeah, I think very well said. Anybody dealing with PDFs, I think this is a great tool to try out. So another question, Sanika. So how can PDF query be applied in different scenarios, from everyday tasks to like complex workflows? I'm sure it is helpful in every situation, but if you could just brief it a little.
Sure. So, like I mentioned a few use cases already for law, right? Legal use cases are straightforward. You can use it on case laws, contracts, briefs, legal opinions. Finance people can use it on annual reports and various industry reports. And it depends on the discipline where you're working. You can use it on any document as such. There's no limit. It can be a big, long document, and you can even chat with multiple documents. So this is about getting instant answers to instant questions. That is a fundamental thing that we are enabling. And of course, if you want to make it part of any automated flows, you can always get the APIs from us. So automation use cases are definitely possible, but the main focus of the product is instant answers to instant questions for a non-technical audience. You should not have to touch the APIs. It's just a simple front end and you can chat with it.
Your passion is very cool about this tool, Sanika. So we see that there are many similar tools in the market. So can you tell me what sets PDF query apart, and what are the key advantages for users?
Sure. So yes, there are chatbots. I'm sure the most familiar one for people is ChatGPT, and it's a good thing that there are chatbots emerging. It's good. That means that there's a real problem. But that's the thing, that these chatbots are trying to do too many things all in one go. too many use cases. And the question now is that, okay, using chat gpt for your personal life is one thing, but is it really a chatbot you can use at work in a professional setting, especially when the stakes are high? So first of all, when you're working with data, we know that data requires specialized attention. So we are not talking about building yet another chatbot that helps you write better emails. We are talking about something that is specialized in the understanding of data. So to give you an example, when we are working with PDFs, there are a lot of questions that emerge. That, okay, what layout of the PDF, what size of the PDF, what length of the PDF, which language. There are many details that start to emerge. Can you compare to PDFs? So the questions that you'll ask will even change for each type of data. But that is the first fundamental, specialization that needs to happen. That is, for data handling, it needs to be very good. Second thing is that it's about how reliable and trustworthy the application is. You are relying on AI. Can you really rely on that? What are its implications in terms of privacy and other aspects like transparency? Do you understand why and how it's coming up with an answer for you? And one issue that almost all chatbots are struggling with is, uh, how do you know what answer, whether it's real or not, whether it's fake or not? What if the model just makes up an answer and gives it to you? So that is something that we are continuously optimizing for. And since few days time, even people, users will have that option, that to what extent are you willing to give it a free hand, give the model a free hand to give you the answer. And in terms of exact match and fuzzy match. But that is a thing that chatbots are still notoriously famous for coming up with false answers. Now when you're working in high stakes environments like a legal use case, for example, you cannot afford to have an unreliable model. That is, these are the kind of optimizations that we have to make when we're thinking about deploying it as a true enterprise solution. And that is what sets us apart, that kind of niche focus that we provide.
Interesting. I can already imagine the buzz that this is going to create. Diving a bit deeper, how does PDF query enhance productivity or solve specific challenges that users face with PDFs?
First of all, it will cut down on the time it takes. I know as a manager myself, so much of my time goes in just reviewing some documents, and I would rather just have a summarized version or get a few key questions that I have answered. A colleague of mine has maybe come up with a feature requirement. I don't want to go through those 40 acceptance criteria. I just want to know, okay, have you covered the main things that I expect you to have covered? Have you covered the main requirements, and overall give me a gist of it? I don't need to know everything. So I think that is one example where I myself find it very useful. Because time is everything, right? Time is the one resource you cannot get back. So time is one. uh, and then I think even uh, the diversity of data sources that we take data from, like I know from personal experience, there's so many nice industry journals I would rather be reading right now, but I don't, because I don't want to sit and go through a 400-page document. So we can imagine that there's so much data out there in diverse forms and locations that could actually give us a new spark of insight, knowledge, creativity. And all, sometimes all you need in the era of information is just that little competitive edge, right? The more data you have, the more diversity of data you have, the more competitive you can be. So I think that definitely it will reduce our resistance to that and increase the opportunities for us to unlock more data sources and at rapid speed. That is one unique thing I think will happen. And the current generation of analysts and the emerging workforce will become more adept at going through a large volume of data much faster than ever seen before.
That's fantastic. I am definitely super excited to try this tool and use it in my daily work schedule. Sanika, before we wrap up, can you give us a sneak peek into what's next for PDFquery.ai, any upcoming features or developments our listeners should be excited about?
Sure. First of all, we will continue optimizing for all little details about PDFs, but we are also looking at all the other data types, chatting with files, databases, and more. So there's going to be significant improvements in terms of what the input data kind of formats and PDFs you can put in, and what all you can do with that data. Can you export it and make it into a report and other things like that. So definitely we'll be making a lot of strides in unlocking data in various places and various forms. We want to not just do PDFs, but we want to make an overall intelligent data assistant. That is our vision for the product.
We are definitely looking forward to that. That's a wrap, Sanika. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show and learning about PDFquery.ai. Thank you for your time to share these insights with us and our listeners. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Decimal Point Analytics Unplugged. If you're as excited about PDFquery.ai as we are, you won't want to miss what they have in store. Stay tuned for more updates and more episodes where we continue to explore the innovation of technology across various industries. Until next time, stay curious and keep innovating. This is Supriya signing off. Thank you.